Hello everybody, Chris with Gumshoes here. In this video, I'm going to present to you what I think are the 10 must-have Geek games. I know some of your games may not be on this list, but hey, this is my list. So these are what I think are the top 10, even though there are some, that should have been on this list. But with only 10 spots, you got to go with what you can. First off is Settlers of Catan. It's by Mayfair Games. It's a fun little game, and he's coined many jokes about having wood for sheep. You've maybe even heard it referenced on famous TV shows. My next game is a game called Fluxx. It's by Looney Labs. It's a game where you start off with one basic set of rules, and it expands, and if you want, you can get it anywhere from family friendly, which is Family Fluxx, all the way up to Cthulhu Fluxx. But there's Wizard of Oz, Monty Python, Stoner, all those Stoners not released by Looney Labs. Martian, eco-friendly, all kinds of different ones. There's even Star Fluxx that makes fun of all the different sci-fi stuff. Zombies, of course, pirates, yeah, you get the idea. Next, Munchkin. It's another game. This one is Steve Jackson Games, and it happens to have a lot of variations as well. It has Conan, and it has little expansion packs that you can buy in a little foil package. Just picked one up today. But it's definitely a screw your neighbor kind of game. You're an adventurer. You're trying to get to 10th level, and you want to get to 10th level any way you can. All your other players be damned. If they can't get it, then oh well. Next is a game called Gloom. It's by Atlas Games. Gloom is a storytelling kind of game. In it, it's rather morbid because you play a family of anywhere between 4 and 5 people, and the whole objective is to make your family really depressed and kill them before everyone else has a chance to make them happy and kill them. They can kill their own people off quick, but there's some strategy involved in that. Next is a card game I love. It's great for larger crowds. It's called Evil Baby Orphanage. It's by Wyrd Miniatures, and in it you have all the different evil people throughout history. Genghis Khan, Hitler, Rutherford B. Hayes, all kinds of real sick, evil, twisted people. And you're trying to rehabilitate them as babies before they get to be the monsters they become. Definitely fun to check out. I mean, just reading the cards is worth the game in and of itself. Taught me some history I didn't know about. Next is a party game that me personally I don't love, but it's definitely one that a lot of people love, know, everything. It's called Apples to Apples. In it, you get one word and you're trying to compare or do your best comparison for it out of the cards in your hand. It's by either Hasbro or Mattel now, but you can find it in most major retailers, so it's not like you have to look that hard. My next game is a game that people have compared to Apples to Apples. In fact, they say it's the very adult version of Apples to Apples. And I have to admit, my research for this list, I've gotten to see what everyone was talking about with Cards Against Humanity. In Cards Against Humanity, it's the same thing. You're given a statement, question, what have you, and then you have to piece together words to fill in the blanks. Yeah, sure, you've got someone judging whether or not you've picked the best or not, and it'll be obvious to your players, what is or is not the best answer on those. But the cool thing about this game is, yes, you can order the, fancy schmancy in the box version off their website or from a major internet retailer, which I will not name, and because they have an exclusive contract for this particular game. But if you go to their website, you can actually download a free copy of the game and then take it and all its paperwork to a place that does copying, printing, what have you, and print off a copy for about $10. I know I did one today, and it cost me just under $10 to print the entire run. But I have a paper cutter at home, and they have paper cutters generally at that particular copy printing place, and so, you know, really cheap, easy game, and people will love it, so, you know, have fun with that one. Next is a game called Ticket to Ride. It is by Days of Wonder Games. They have the Euro game, is basically what they started. And on it, you have a track around the outside of the board that actually keeps track of the points. And your whole objective is to build railroad tracks and have the most points at the end of the game. There's a lot of strategy involved because it is very easy for someone to cut you off and prevent you from completing your road or your railroad. So keep that in mind. Next is a tile game. It's kind of interesting. You take the tiles and you place them side by side, depending on how many players are playing, and your whole objective is to get to the helipad without being killed by zombies. This is made by Twilight Creation and can be found in most specialty shops. If you're looking for it, look for the picture on the box that looks very much like Bruce Campbell's Ash character from Evil Dead on the cover. That's one of its 10 different boxes. You get to play with regular zombies, glow-in-the-dark zombies, female zombies, clown zombies, and dog zombies, at the very least, in these sets. And each expansion, from 1 to 10, or 1 to 11, I can't remember which, all have different types of zombies and tiles to add to the different game configurations. Like I said, Twilight Creations on that. Last one is a game that I fell in love with a long time ago when it was owned by Cheap Ass Games. It is now owned by Paizo. They're a publishing company. The game's called Kill Dr. Lucky. The way I generally tell people about Kill Dr. Lucky is think Clue, but in reverse. Yeah, instead of trying to figure out who killed who, where, with what item, in this game, you're actually trying to figure out how to get to a room with Dr. Lucky and a weapon, or just your bare fists, and try to kill him without anyone catching you. How other players can throw in different things to prevent you from killing Dr. Lucky, which just makes the game harder and much more interesting. So, those are my top 10 games, and they are, again, Settlers of Catan by Mayfair, Fluxx by Looney Labs, Munchkin by Steve Jackson Games, Gloom by Atlas Games, Evil Baby Orphanage by Wyrd Miniatures, Apples to Apples, either Hasbro or Mattel, I can't remember which, but it's definitely one of them, and you can check down below, I'll have all that information, links, and what have you. Cards Against Humanity, and Cards Against Humanity Group, I do believe. Again, website down below, you can download your own free copy of the game, or you can purchase the game directly from them. Next is Ticket to Ride. It's by Days of Wonder. Then Zombies by Twilight Creations, and Kill Dr. Lucky by either Cheap Ass Games or Paizo, depending on which one you can find. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.